Hello everyone. In today's video we're gonna learn how to use infinity scroll using Flatlist. Like we've seen in Facebook, that when you scroll down it will reload some data, and again scroll down it will reload some data. So I have an empty React Native project that I've created with React Native CLI. Let me just adjust it side by side. As you can see, so we're gonna doing this by using Flatlist, React Native Flatlist. When you scroll down, it will reload some data. It will not reload all the data at the same time. To reload some of data, like you have 100 data, 100 row in your database. You want to reload first 10 row. You want to load first 10 row, then when user scroll you want to again reload another 10 row. So you are gonna using Flatlist. So let's check out Flatlist documentation. You can give this a border. Border width of 2. And second will be post. First one is post title, second one is description. Can give margin of 10. Let's make line item, click start. Give padding of 10. Now we are using Flatlist, so we have to import Flatlist from React Native. Let's get a parameter of data. You can set state. Sorry, all post. I don't have any state here. Get the state all post, and you can create an array. I'm going to fetch post title and post description. So first parameter will be title. Sorry for that. The second one will be description. Hi, how are you? To render item, restart render data. we have to return. We're gonna cut this and we have to paste here. We have to pass item. So post title, item dot title, and this will be post description. Now save. Let's check it out. Good to go. I'm missing key for items. Have to use key extractor. To have a ID. Of type of number supplied to, we have to use toString. Sorry. Yeah, everything is fine. So let's copy another one and check it's working properly. As you can see, new post to hi are you, it's working fine. So for we're gonna use some dummy data to fetch all the content. We're gonna use this one, JSON placeholder dot tabicode.com. Lots of dummy data here. We're gonna use fetch post. You can get lots of dummy data, and you can set limit also to show me 10 post. Sorry, I have to pay cn underscore here 10. And so first we have to call this API to get the data. So how to call an API, how to call an HTTP request. As you can see, React Native documentation, we have how to use asyncs and await syntax in React Native app. You can use this. You can use this to call an API. So first create a function to call an API. You're gonna use component did mount. Sorry. I'm gonna call await. Call asyncs function. We just need these two lines. We have to change the URL. We have to copy this URL. And just test it out, consolidate it. As you can see, our API is working perfectly. We have ID, we have title, we have body, everything we need. So just we have to store the data in our state. Leave it as a blank array. We have to just change a little bit. We have title here, we have description as mentioned, but here we have body. As you can see, let's make it a title bold. As you can see, our API is working perfectly. What we need here, when user scroll to this limit, now you are fetching 10 rows. When user scroll to 10 this limit, we want to recall the API and again load another 10 rows. So in that case, we have to use on end reach. I'm gonna call a function. As you can see, it's console.1 showing on startup. What we have to do, we have to add another on reach threshold. Documentation of Flatlist to more detail about on reach and threshold and on end reach. If you put 0 here, it will not work on Android, but it will work on iOS. So 0.5 here and it will work fine. And as you can see, it's working. So what we have to do here is that when we are calling this API, we have a limit of 10. It will return 10 rows, but we want to add another parameter here. You can check here. Here we have limit 10, ID 1 to 10. But if you want to add kind of pagination done in HTML, you have to pass another parameter, pagination 1 equals to, it will return me the 10 data. And if you change it to 2, as you can see, ID change 11, 12, 13, 14 up to 20. So you have to pass a parameter here. And we want to change the, by default it will be 1. user will scroll down to the endpoint. You want to change the state and we're gonna add +1. And then again we have to call this function. Let's check it out, and we're gonna fetch ID here because you've seen it's all ID. After 10, as you can see, as you noticed, it's not adding the data, new data with the old data, replacing it, because what we did here is that we are setting the new value to the state. So what we have to do here is that we have to add the data, the new data with the old data. So we are going to use concat sorry for that. As you noticed, we have 6, 7, 8, then we have 10, eleven, 12, as you can see, we have an error here. And the first time it's called the API. When we load the app, it's called the API 2 times. As you can see, we have 10 here, and again we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 here. It's because of on enrich threshold, it's not working on Android. So what we have to do, so the problem is on enrich threshold is not working the way it should be worked in Android. I don't know why, but in iOS it's working fine. So we have a small trick here. What we did here is that we're not passing the state directly here. When the function gets called, we are receiving a parameter from here, but in the first time it doesn't have any value, it's null. So first time it will be adding 1, so first time it will be passed by 1, and when this get load, the same thing, +1, and we are saving it into the state, and we are passing it into the get data function. So whenever we scroll down to end, it will get call and it will be +2, so then it will be 2. So let's check it out. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 11, 12, is a little bit slow. As you can see, it's working fine. In real device it will work smoothly. So basically what we did here is we are using Flatlist, and you have a render item here. You are passing item, we have page, so ID, title and body. So when the app gets load, it will call this function because we have in component did mount. The first time it will be null, and it will add, we are adding +1 here, so first time it will be 1. When on end reach called, when you are close to end, it will be called, and we are adding +1 to the state and passing the value to the function. It will get 2, and we are saving the data. Basically we are not replacing data, we are adding the data using concat. That's it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.